Good morning, scholars. Happy day 151. This week we are working on expanded form. So first we're just going to review a little bit about what expanded form is. Then we're going to talk about how to write numbers in expanded form, and then we will get to work. So expanded form is when you write the value or the amount of each digit based on its place inside of the number. So for example, in the number 654, the 6 is in the hundreds place, so it is worth 6 hundredths, and we write that as 600. The 5 is in the tens place, so it is worth 5 tens, or 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And the 4 is in the ones place, so it is only worth 4 ones, and if we count by ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's only worth 4. So this number is 600 plus 50 plus 4. We can extend place value in expanded form into decimal numbers as well. So I have this number 876 and 54 hundredths. If I put this number inside of my place value chart, I see the 8 is in the hundreds place, the 7 is in the tens place, the 6 is in the ones place, a decimal point. The 5 is in the tenths place, and the 4 is in the hundredths place. So when I expand that number out, what I'm saying is that there are 8 hundredths, 7 tens, which is 70, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 6 ones, which would just be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 tenths, there's a 5 in the tenths place, and then 4 hundredths, which means there's a 4 in the hundredths place. So we're just breaking down the number and putting each digit in the place it belongs to, and then writing it out in expanded form. So the steps to do that. First, you always start by drawing and labeling your place value chart, and then you put the number inside of the place value chart, making sure to pay attention to the value that the digit is in. You then multiply the digit by the value. All that means is if a number is in the hundreds place, we have to multiply that digit by 100 because that's what it means. It's in the hundreds place. If a number is in the tens place, well, we multiply by 10 because that's what it means. A 1, if the number's in the ones place, we multiply it by 1. If it's in the tens place, we multiply it by tenths or 1/10. If it's in the hundreds place, we multiply it by hundredths or 1/100ths. So you're going to watch me do this problem following the steps. So it says, write the number 376 and 63 hundredths in expanded form. First thing I'm going to do is draw and label my place value chart. I always have to start by drawing my chart. So here we go. Hundreds, tens, ones, decimal point, tenths, hundredths. Okay? Cross that out. Now I'm going to put this number inside of the chart. So there's a 3 in the hundreds place, a 7 in the tens place, 6 in the ones place, my decimal point, 6 in the tens place, 3 in the hundreds place. Now I'm going to write out the expanded form by multiplying. Well, hundreds place we multiply by 100, so 3 times 100 is just 300. 7 times 10 would be 70. 6 times 1 would be 6, decimal point. 6 times 1/10 would just be 6/10. And then 3 times 100th, or a 3 in the hundreds place, would be 3 hundredths. So now I'm going to write this number in expanded form. So this number is 300 plus 70 plus, this should have been 6. 6 plus 6/10 plus 3 hundredths. So this is my number written in expanded form. All I did was I put the digit inside of the place and then multiplied it by its value. Hundreds we multiply by 100. Tenths we multiply by 10. Ones we multiply by 1. Tenths we multiply by 1/10. Hundredths we multiply by 1/100th. I'm going to do the same thing for this problem. Write the number 212 and 90 hundredths in expanded form. First thing I'm going to do is draw my place value chart. Decimal point, tenths, hundredths. Okay. I'm going to put these numbers inside of the place value chart. There's a 2 in the hundredths place, 1 in the tenths place, 2 in the ones place, decimal point, 9 in the tenths place, 0 in the hundredths place. Okay. I'm going to multiply each digit by the value according to its place. If I go back up, in case I forget, hundredths place, we always multiply by 100. Tenths place, we multiply by tens. Ones place, we multiply by 1. Tenths place, we multiply by 1/10. Hundredths place, we multiply by 100. So 2 times 100 in this hundredths place is just going to be 200. 1 times 10 is 10. 2 times 1 is 2, decimal point. 9 times 1/10 is 9/10. 0 times 100 would be 0. Any number times 0 is 0. So now I'm going to write all of these digits together. So that's 200 plus 10 plus 2 plus 9/10. And since that's a 0, I don't need to write it in my answer. So my final answer is 200 plus 10 plus 2 plus 9/10. So that is what you are going to do. You need to make sure that you follow the steps. You're first going to draw and label your place value chart. You're then going to write the number inside of the place value chart. You are then going to multiply according to the place that it's in. And then you finally write the addition sentence. You are going to do that for your independent practice problems. Making sure you practice, practice, practice. You should have scratch paper next to you. You cannot just think in your head. Math is all about the steps. You need to have your paper to write down the steps to make sure you are doing the correct work. So once you practice, 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 then you will submit your exit ticket. Please remember to click submit. If you have any questions, make sure you call me or text me. I am here to help you. All right, scholars, let's get to it.